Hey, welcome to the Realove Youth Podcast. This is episode 1. We are so excited to get to dive into this and see what this can do for people and for youth all around the world. And we're just excited to dive into this today. I have with me my beautiful wife, Natalie. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am a mom of 5 children.
5 children.
Five
Wow.
children. I am a hairdresser, and I'm married to this handsome man
Ew.
who does drive me crazy, but here we are.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, and then over here we have 3 of our senior Realove Youth with us today. If you guys just want to go down the line, introducing yourself, tell us something about you.
I take it I'm starting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My name's Kason Hickey. I'm a member on the youth stream team. I mean, one thing about me, I like basketball. That's
Really?
pretty much about it. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. No, it's almost like you wouldn't have known that. Yeah.
Hey, my name is Elisa Valbuena. I'm a senior, obviously, but one thing about me is I really like music. Not just like listening to music, but like instrumental and all that type of stuff and like worship. So. Oh wait,
Sorry.
Okay. I'm Hannah Clark. I'm a senior and part of the Dream Team, and I've gone to church here my whole life. That's my fun
Wow.
fact.
Wow.
That is a fun fact.
So just to break the ice, I just want to start with this first. What are some hot takes that you guys just have on life right now? Anybody can go.
Okay, I have mine. I was prepared.
Okay.
Okay, Christians listening to other music besides worship music. What do we think about that?
Mm.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
that is a good one.
Mhm.
That is indeed a good one. Honestly, I feel like it's definitely frowned upon. Like, especially if there's like a lot of vulgar language.
So are you talking about like Christian versus secular? Or like worship music, because you said worship music other than anything else, or just like other genres of Christian music? Or are you just talking like Christian to secular music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like it's definitely frowned upon to listen to music that has vulgar language in it that you definitely wouldn't use or see in church.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I agree with that in a way. And I mean, I like the different genres of Christian music. Like, for instance, like one of my favorite Christian rappers is Lecrae. And
Yeah.
so like
Yeah,
I
we've
like a
seen
lot
that.
of his music. Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. That was fun.
You went crazy.
I had to go crazy.
Okay, for me, like honestly, I didn't know what secular music was for the longest time. And I'd seen some videos that were like, don't listen to secular music. And I was like, what's that? And I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people don't know like what's secular and what's not.
Yeah.
And I had to like ask my dad. I had to have conversations with him. And honestly, for me, it was one of those things where it was like God changed me and showed me that this was not something that I wanted to be listening to. And then that's how like I made that transition into Christian music. And I feel like a lot of people make the mistake and think that like Christian music is just like all sad or Christian music is all like something really deep.
Yeah.
But like Lecrae, he has like deep meanings, but it's hype and it's like,
Yeah.
and I found like really good playlists that work for me that are like hype or sad or whatever, like for whatever I'm feeling. So
That's good.
What do you think, Hannah?
I agree with Alyssa. I mean, I don't always listen to worship music because I do like my Parker McCollum.
I think too, though, like there's some country love songs that I just like want to sing to Chad because
She doesn't though.
I
try.
don't though. He does try to get me to sing to him, but there are some like songs that are considered secular that don't have bad meanings and that don't like it could just be like a love song or talking about your family or a home you grew up in. I think like there's a line and it can get, you know.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I see a lot of good things. I see a lot of. I respect both sides. I think because like I just love music as a whole, and just the sound of music. So like for me, I look past a lot of the words and just like even the sounds of all genres. I love the sound of country music. I just do. I said in another life, if that was a thing, that I would be a country music star.
He would try. He would try.
I would try.
He would just strive to be like Josh Turner, literally.
I love the deep voice of Josh Turner. I do.
He does.
Now, I listen to worship music. Like that's all I listen to. But I do every now and again. I love the sound of music. I appreciate it, and the talents that God has given all these different people, and how they run with that. So I do appreciate all genres. Do I think all of them need to add some of the stuff that's not needed? No. But I do appreciate just the sound of all of them and the creativity behind it. So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah.
One more thing is, I feel like a lot of us, kind of like what you said, we just put the words past us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like when we're listening to bad music that we know we probably shouldn't be, we're speaking that over our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
Like and I'm not saying for country music, but like for the music that has like the explicit sign in front of it and stuff. Because I've seen like some things and I've talked to my dad about it, and that's like something you're speaking over your life.
For
and
sure.
It's, like it can weigh on you spiritually without you even knowing it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got something? You got a hot take, Casey?
Hot take. I like pineapple on pizza.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be
me
honest.
too.
Pineapple on
Me
pizza is
too.
good. Did you just point at the door?
That's the door.
Wow.
It's not my fault. It's
I do
good.
too.
Pineapple by itself is amazing. Pizza is amazing.
It's true.
Mixed
Put
together.
them together, even more amazing.
I know.
Like
But it has to be thin crust. Like I'm a thin crust lover.
Thin crust is even worse.
No. No.
Hannah?
It makes
You.
Yeah, I'm not a big thin crust. I'm not a big thin crust. I would eat pineapple on pizza.
No, hold up,
Like,
Chad. Hold up, Chad. What about your hot take? You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about.
I don't know if I do. Oh.
Yeah. Let the people know. Let the people know.
My hot take is that sweet tea is disgusting.
Yeah, Chad, the door. The door.
Go.
Listen,
Just go.
Luke is on my side.
No.
He told
Well,
me the
he's
other
not
day.
here, so.
Yeah.
Luke's not here to
he
back you
bailed.
up.
He bailed today.
You're a one-man
so
army
thank you,
today.
Luke, for not coming to this. I appreciate your help. Yeah, there's things that I've grown, and as I've got older, that I've come to like. I'm like salad. I didn't like that growing up, but I love salad.
Or seasoning.
All the stuff.
Or
But
vegetables.
I've tried tea, and I've never tried dirty mop water, but that's just what it
Have
tastes
you ever
like to
tried
me.
homemade,
It doesn't matter how much sugar you put in it.
Like you boil it, you do all the like. Have you ever had sun
Yeah,
tea?
that's how my mom used to make it.
Have you ever had sun tea?
Sun tea.
Yes.
Is that like Lipton?
No.
Is that the Lipton bags? No.
No. You literally brew it out in the sun. Like it is.
That sounds crazy.
It is. I grew up on
Isn't
it.
like
It's so
you
good.
like leave it outside?
Yes,
and
in
it,
the
like-
sun, and like it.
Yeah.
The heat.
My grandma used to make it.
It's
No,
so good.
my parents just boiled
It's
it on
good.
the stove,
No,
and then
That's crazy.
I mean it's okay, but
I don't know. Even everybody says like they don't like tea, but like McDonald's sweet tea is so sweet, like they can do that one.
no,
I can't
don't
even do McDonald's.
Half cut from
I'm gonna
McDonald's.
be honest, I'm gonna be
if
honest.
I'm doing it.
After working at McDonald's, there's not a lot that I'll eat or drink from there. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, we better turn this conversation really fast.
Yeah.
Okay, Natalie, you next. Hot take.
Do I have a hot take?
I would drink lemon tea because it tastes like lemonade.
Like
No.
That's not. It's not
like
called lemon
I can
tea.
respect
with sweet
it.
tea, or like you're
That's-
just a lemon in your sweet tea.
Oh no, I had this thing that's called lemon tea one time, and it tasted okay.
Weird.
I don't know. My taste buds are pretty whack.
I bought
Obviously.
lemonade and tea mixed together, and you did not drink
Yeah, I
it.
didn't try it, but that was a long time ago. That
Yeah, I
I did that.
drank
But
it all.
anyway, what's your hot
I
take?
drink it all.
Do I have a hot take? I'm still stuck on the pineapples on my pizza because it's so
I'm
good.
for that.
From
So
Pizza
good.
Hut.
It wouldn't
Like,
be my.
don't-
So
like
good.
it?
Yes.
It wouldn't be my first choice, but I would eat it.
No.
I would eat it.
Let me think. A hot take. I like peanut butter on my burgers.
What?
I have never heard of that before.
You have to try it.
No.
I'm good.
Yes, with bacon.
Sonic has one now.
It is so
A
good.
peanut butter burger.
Peanut
Yes.
butter bacon
I mean, you
burger,
don't put
think.
ketchup and stuff
Peanut
on it.
butter.
It's
It's
literally
just peanut butter and
bacon and your burger from. I don't know. I haven't tried the one from Sonic, but
Interesting.
I mean, you can do cheese. It's so good.
Okay, cheese and peanut butter's a no-go. I'm sorry.
How do you
I'm
know?
sorry. I'm
Have
sorry.
you tried it?
No, but
Then you don't know.
I'm not gonna live to tell the tale. Nope, I'm good.
It's good. My opinion.
What's a hot take from Melissa?
oh no.
Oh no, she wasn't ready.
I wasn't.
The
I
last one, but
wasn't.
she wasn't ready.
Uh-oh. I was looking up some. Because I just don't. I can't think for myself sometimes. I don't know.
Does anybody else have a hot take to give Alyssa a little bit more time to
I
think
really didn't
through
think
hers?
about one either.
Wow.
Feeling
I
busy.
tried to send them stuff to think about prior to this, so this is their
Okay,
fault.
2
The
hours
morning
before
does
yeah.
not
Well,
count
I-
like 10 o'clock.
I thought I sent it yesterday.
Yeah.
And turns out I fell asleep
That's
before I
your
pressed send.
fault. So,
So-
it's your fault that I'm not
Yeah.
prepared
That's
right,
right.
now.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't know.
Let me think. Let me just think. Guys,
Think for a
just keep
second.
talking. Just
Just-
keep talking.
Mm.
I don't like olives.
Ooh, me either.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
good.
love olives.
are.
You do the black
Do
ones?
you like olives?
Or the green ones?
Hold on.
I don't.
I was going to say, he
Because
picked
there's
them off
olive
his
theory.
pizza.
Have you
Huh?
ever heard of the
Olive
olive theory?
No.
Let's hear it.
Where like, so you and your spouse, one of them likes olives and the other one doesn't.
Well, we're doomed.
So I heard that actually off of, I may get judged for this, but I heard that off of How I Met Your Mother. The show How I
I've
Met
never
Your
heard it
Mother.
off that.
Oh.
There was the olive theory.
They don't
That's
watch
where
that,
I first
Chad.
heard about that. It was a long time ago when I watched it.
He
But
doesn't like them. He picks them off his pizza.
I've tried. I don't know if it's like the texture of them. I don't know.
I like mushrooms.
Mushrooms
I
are
like
good.
Mushrooms.
I can't.
I don't
But
like
you
mushrooms.
like olives.
I love olives.
Just out of
You
a
like
can?
olives?
Out of a jar?
Olive
don't
Garden
like
olives.
The black ones?
Yes.
Nope.
Wow.
Do you like green ones too?
Hmm.
I'll eat any olive.
Oh.
Any olive.
They taste like
And you guys are
soap.
judging my burger with peanut butter on it. Why?
Yeah.
Because that is.
That's absurd. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You all are going to try it. You have to.
I will try it. I don't know if I
Dinner
like
at
it,
my
but I'll
house,
try it.
you're trying it.
How much do you have to pay me to try? That's the real question.
Nothing.
What'd you say? What do you have them try?
Peanut
Butter on the burger.
Oh,
Chad will make burgers on the grill and
Mm.
I'll peanut butter.
I'll make some regular ones on the side. They don't turn out well.
He doesn't know. He's not tried it either.
I mean, I wouldn't put cheese on it,
Yeah, no, definitely
I don't like
not.
cheesy.
but I think peanut butter and bacon on it would probably be okay.
The cheese, it would shock you, but the cheese is good on it.
Hmm.
That just seems like a weird combination of peanuts and cheese.
It's not peanuts. Like, I mean, it is
Mm.
peanuts.
It is
but-
peanuts, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does
Whatever.
come from
You're all
peanuts.
trying it, so we'll video that too.
Yeah, yeah. So let us know what some of your hot takes are.
Yeah.
In the comments. We'd be very interested to debate those with you all. But yeah, so I didn't say this at the beginning, but kind of the goal of this podcast is we want to have some fun. We want to dive into just some fun topics, but we also want to dive in to some more serious ones as well, and some things that you guys might be going through that maybe we can shed some light on and share maybe a biblical point of view on some of those things that we go through as teenagers on a weekly and daily basis. So the whole goal of this podcast moving forward is that hopefully we can help you in your daily walk with Jesus and to further that walk. But tell us something about each of you, kind of just some personal stories about yourself and how you got involved in Realove Youth, and then even another step of how you got involved with the Dream Team.
I take it I'm going first.
Always.
Always.
We start
Okay.
here, go there.
Yeah.
So the first time I actually ever came to Realove and got involved in like the youth group was when I was in 7th grade. One of my friends, Mason Skiles, he used to go here, and he was just like, we had baseball practice one day, and it was on a Wednesday, and we got out early, and I just planned on going home, and he was like, do you want to come to church with me? And I was like, no, like I'm good, like I don't like I believed in God before, but I just like I didn't know if I wanted to believe at the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, because every church I've been to before, I kind of just felt like out of place, kind of disconnected. So I just didn't really want to like feel like out of place, I guess. And so he finally convinced me. He was like, dude, he's like, we're going to have, like, there's going to be food there. We're going to play games. He's like, if I'm being honest, the only reason I went that day was for the basketball. I'm not going to lie.
Shocker.
I'm not going to lie. But, so we ended up going and we like played basketball, ate food, and then service came around. And during like service, I forgot what he was talking about. I forgot Chad was the one preaching it. I forgot I forgot what you were talking about.
Oh, I'm that old. Dang.
Welcome.
But I just remember like sitting in the very back row and just clenching onto the bottom of my chair because I knew if I like I saw Mason get up and go to the front and he like went and prayed and I wanted to do that, but I was just scared. Like I was terrified. And like my heart was beating out of my chest and I was just sitting there like clenching on the bottom of the seat. And that day I ended up not going. I let the devil win that day. And I was like, after service was over, I went and I talked to Mason about it. And he was like, dude, he's like, I would have went up there and I would have prayed with you. And I was like, yeah. And I kind of just brushed it off. And then next week I came back and same thing. I was sitting there in the back and just had my hands clenched on the bottom of the chair. And I don't know what happened. It was just like I was shaking like really bad. And then all of a sudden I just got like this really warm, fuzzy feeling. And like Mason, he sat down right next to me and he looked at me and he was like, do you want to go pray? And I looked at him and I was like, dude, I don't think I was like, I'm gonna have to take this chair with me because I don't think I'm gonna let go. But eventually he convinced me, and then I went up there and we prayed, and that was when I got saved. That was the first time I got saved. And that's how I kind of came involved in the whole like Realove Youth. So yeah.
Wow. You said something before you were saved that you were just scared to move. So like what would you tell somebody that maybe in that boat, they're scared of like what's on the other side of making that decision? How did you feel after, and what would you tell somebody else that's maybe going through that right now, just like scared to make that decision?
I would definitely say that it's a decision that's going to affect like the course of your life, like the rest of your life, because it's one of the most important decisions I've made to this date. And like being scared is honestly, it's just a part of it. Like that it's just a part of growing, and like you have to be able to step outside your comfort zone and realize that there's light on the other side. Like it's a step of faith. It's literally what it is. And to anybody that's kind of going through that, I would just encourage you just to open up and to talk to people about it. Because that's when you have other people that you can lean on and talk to, it takes away some of the like timidness that you could have.
For sure.
So yeah.
That's good. It's good.
Okay. For me, I didn't grow up in church really. My dad was born in South America, and their like Hispanic culture and stuff is just Catholic. So whenever I did go to church, it was like Easter or whatever. And the Catholic religion is so different. But I was so young, like I honestly didn't remember anything. And then we moved here, and I made like really good friends with a lot of people that did go here. And I'm
gonna stop you for how did you find Seymour coming from South America?
I didn't live in South America.
Oh, you said your dad came from South America.
Yeah, he moved to the States when he was 19, and he went to Arizona State
so you grew up here.
Yes, I grew up in Louisiana.
Okay, so how'd you find Seymour from Louisiana?
Yeah, that's better.
No, I'm sorry. I probably should have.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think you lived in South America, but
No.
It was something new that I'd never heard before. So I was like, I need clarification.
My dad moved to the States when he was 19. Then he went to Arizona State University. Then he went to University of Louisiana.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that's where he met my mom.
Gotcha.
Okay, gotcha.
But he found a job here in Springfield, and I guess Seymour just had what he was looking for.
Cool.
Like our house now is just on a farm, and he's always wanted like a farm and stuff.
Right on.
So
cool. All right, continue.
okay, Okay, here we go. But anyway, it was like I think it might have been conference, 2022 maybe. And or like 21. Sorry. But Hannah invited me, and I was so scared because like I believed in him, and we found a church in Willard because our friends had started it and it was new. So we were going there, and but I was just scared because I didn't know God. I didn't know like what to expect, and I didn't know like anything, and I really wasn't open at the time to knowing anything because I was already set in my own ways. And Hannah invited me, and I didn't go the first night, and I felt so guilty. Like Holy Spirit was convicting me, and I cried because I really wanted to be with my friends, but I was scared. So the second night I went, and like I'd never really listened to worship music before, but they like sang worship, and I just bawled my eyes out the whole time. It was crazy.
Chad still does.
I still do. Worship is near and dear to me.
Good.
But like that was my really first experience with God and like Holy Spirit, and it just grew from there. And my story for like how I'm on worship and all that now. So at the other church, they had always tried to get me on the worship team, but like I was still in the beginning stages, like, man, I don't want to do this. I was just scared and whatever. And the lead worship person came to me and was like, God told me you need to sing. And I don't have anxiety, I don't have panic attacks, but I started shaking and I couldn't breathe. And I was like, I can't do this. Like I was just so scared. And literally I was sitting down on the first row, and they brought me a mic, and they were like, okay, just sing. And I was like, what?
That's wild.
It really shook me up for a while. It shook me up, but I mean, I went from being scared to worship to like singing at conference this last year, and it's something that I know he obviously put in my life for a reason, and it's something that I'm definitely going to continue, so.
Yeah.
That's good.
And fun fact, we was actually at conference last year in a rehearsal one day, and I wasn't aware that Alyssa could sing super well. Like I heard she could, but like she just played bass for us at that time. And I was actually practicing the song Jehovah to try to sing at a conference, and it was sounding awful. And I heard this voice behind me singing it. I turned around, it was Alyssa, and it just sounded very, very good. And so I went to our sound booth and was talking to Grady and Macy about it. I'm like, you guys thinking what I'm thinking? And like, yeah, she should sing that part of the song for you. I'm like, no, I think she should just sing the whole thing. Because like this isn't working, and she sounds really good. And like just from there, it's just went even bigger since then. But yeah, fun fact.
Yeah. So I lead worship here, and I lead worship every Sunday at my other church, or every other Sunday. But
good. Well, I've gone to church here my whole life, so I've just like grown up through classes and into youth. But I got saved in VBS, I think 4th or 5th grade.
Yeah.
Didn't really truly feel it, but everyone else was doing it.
Right.
And it was like the first big camp we had. What year was that? 22?
21.
21.
It's the first time we did our own camp.
Yeah, it was when we had boats. Yeah.
That may have been just a lake trip. I think 22 was the first time I actually did a camp, and then 20 last year was 20. Yeah,
so
22.
22. We had like small groups, and Natalie was talking about signs. And so when I was going to bed that night, I was praying. I'm like, God, give me a sign that I need to rededicate my life. And I said, if I trip or if I fall, like that's my sign. The next day, we're at the dock, and we're like, I think we were packing up to leave, and I just randomly trip over something, nothing. And I'm like, whoa.
Okay, there it is.
That was my moment. So that night at service, I grabbed Natalie and Brittany and rededicated my life.
Wow.
And I've just grown since.
Yeah.
But being a part of the dream team, I've just wanted more since then. Like I do check in, but I wanted more.
Yeah.
So I thought this was my
Yeah. For the record, when she says she tripped, like she really tripped. And like when we go to the altar, I'm like, so what's going on? And she said, I tripped. And I'm like, okay. And she said, I asked God for a sign. And like, and I tripped. And she's crying. And then like, we're all crying because she tripped. And it was just this whole thing. But like, I'll never forget that. Like, I will never forget that because it was just such a memorable moment of like God saying like, okay, I'll trip you.
Yeah.
But you already know, like you already knew where your heart was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the really cool thing about like when God it shows us signs or we ask for that like clarification. It's almost like, duh, you already know. But here you go. Like, because sometimes we need to be spoon fed in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so cool because things like that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's cool. What think back through your whole time in Realove Youth. What has been some of your most memorable moments up to this point so far?
Ooh, I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready. One of my favorite moments, I would say, from being in Realove Youth was actually it was right after 22 camp. Right after.
Okay.
That was the first time I got baptized. And that was
that was good. That was crazy.
It was wild. Like anybody that was in the room, they could tell you like it was crazy. But then the Wednesday after, one of my friends, Lucky, he had so like me and him were talking and he was like, dude, like he was like camp was so much fun. Like he's like I can't wait for the next one. And then he just like me and him were talking and he was like, dude, I feel like I'm like coming down from like the, because you get on like a high when you're at camp and you're just like, it's great. Like everything's amazing. And like, you don't have any like the worldly distractions because you're just surrounded by people who, like love God.
Right.
So you're just like feeding off of everybody's energy. Well, he told me, he was like, dude, he's like, I feel like everything that I prayed about at camp and it's just like, I feel like it's just coming back to haunt me.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I've already, he's like, I'll be honest. He's like, I've messed up.
Yeah.
And I was just praying with him. And then we had Wednesday night service and he was sitting down and he told me this after the fact, but we were sitting down, Chad was preaching and I got up just to go pray at the altar and I was praying. And then while I'm sitting there praying, I just feel like a really big hand just like on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And so like I just continue praying. And then when I get done, I look up and Lucky's sitting right next to me. So then I start praying over him. And then we got done and we went and sat down and then service was over. And then after service, Lucky came to me and he was like, dude, he's like, if you wouldn't have got up and went and prayed, he's like, I don't think I would have either.
Mm-hmm.
And that it hit me.
Yeah.
That's when it hit me. I was like, that was the first time I realized that even like my actions can affect the course of somebody else's life.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was one of the greatest moments. Like that's one of the most memorable times I've had here.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's good. So true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you're next.
Okay. So mine was like a 2-in-1 type of thing.
Yeah.
So it was church camp last year. And that was my first time ever going to one. And I was so spiritually ready for more. And I was asking God like the whole time, show me what you want me to do. Like, I'm here, I'm laying my life down for you, and I just want what you want for me.
Yeah.
And so I want you to lead me where you want me to go. So we were at service, and they were doing worship and stuff. And the whole night, there was no coincidence in that night. Natalie knows this, and you'll know where I'm going in just a second. But one of my good friends now went down to the altar, and you went with her. And I was like, man, like, I felt Holy Spirit was like, okay, I got you. So I went down there and we started talking and there was like things that she was saying that I had no idea she was going through. And Natalie was like, this is just one of those things where I feel like it should be coming from a friend praying for you.
Yeah.
And you like turned to me and was like, I know you can pray, so I want you to pray for her. And I was like, wow. Like in that moment, I was so scared and I was like, you told me that? And then you started talking to her again. And I literally said, Holy Spirit, just lead me. Like I was nervous, but I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
And so I started praying, like, I don't even remember what I said. Holy Spirit led in that moment. And ever since then, like, our friendship has grown so much and I can really confide in her now. But also that same night, I went back and sat by my brother. And then he went up to the altar. And I didn't know what he was going through. And, like, I love JJ, but I know there's probably some things that to his sister he doesn't want to say. So I just started praying for everything, and he just starts like crying. And ever since then, like we have grown so close, and we've done Bible studies together, and it was really awesome. So I don't know. I think that's like one of my best moments.
Yeah.
Of course, I love all the youth cons and youth camps and Team Orange winning.
Team Orange.
Shout out.
Team Orange.
So that's definitely, I won't forget that. But something that just sticks with me is your sermon with the ladder.
Yeah.
That has, like, that always runs through my mind.
Yeah.
It's one of the most memorable sermons I've listened to.
I agree.
Oh.
Although I was afraid he was going to fall off of the ladder, that was probably, and I think too, that was probably a moment for Chad where he really found confidence in, and you can see it now, like the growth in him. But also I think that was kind of a moment for a lot of our youth kids to be like, oh, he's for real.
Yeah.
Like this guy's real. Like, because youth pastors are fun and like we joke around and, you know, but it was kind of a moment, I think, for everyone where Chad got to show that he's not messing around. Yeah. And he is for real and he is seeking.
You guys gotta stop.
But it's real. And I think it's so important that you see too that like a message that you picked apart for so long after the fact, trying to create a 30-second clip is going to stick with them for so long. And I mean, take credit where it is deserved, you know?
Yeah.
So,
It's good. What about you as the youth pastor's wife?
Oh, gosh.
I like to call her co-youth pastor. She doesn't like that as much.
No. One of my favorite memories. I have so many.
Yeah.
Honestly, you guys, like I say you guys, not Kason obviously because he's not in our girls breakout sessions, but when I first...
It's not with us guys, apparently.
Yeah, sorry.
What happened there?
Sorry.
What
I
happened
mean,
there?
I live with the two of you, so...
Fair enough.
When I first really felt like God prompting my heart for this, like Chad, not on his own, like not on purpose, but like we've butt heads about it because I'm like, I'm not backing down until I get a Wednesday a month or something, like, because I just felt so strongly that we just need that time with each other. And once a year at camp is not enough. And I fought and fought knowing that I was going to get a yes. But and the support I think that all of you guys have shown me and like the grace that you show me when things don't go right. Like every breakout session with the girls, it's just such a spiritual time and an emotional time for me because things always go wrong for whatever reason. Like something always goes wrong. Yeah. But you guys go with the flow and like you support me and you guys love on me. And like Alyssa came up to me after one of them and was like, and I felt super defeated because
that was one, I want to just say that was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. So she came up and was like, and I was on the side and I was like letting a response time happen. And of course, when nobody goes to the altar, you're like, oh, what did I not say enough? Did I say too much? I couldn't do what Jonathan does every Sunday because I was feeling so much pressure. But she came up to me and she was just like, I just need you to know that like God is working through you and you are doing what you're supposed to do. And like, I just needed, like, I felt the urge to come and encourage you and just like, and it was exactly what I needed. And that has stuck with me for so long because every time I feel like something goes wrong, like the TV doesn't work or the music's not working or I can't figure out, and I'm not a tech person, but
same.
I just like cling on to those times that you guys are like, it's okay. Like, and you come up and say those things to me and like, I'm terrible at jokes and like Hannah's always like cackling at my terrible jokes. And like, so it's not one specific thing. It's just the way that you guys continue to support me in all of my weird awkwardness.
A lot of that.
Yeah. And I've tried really hard just in the time we've sat here to not be that way. So, yeah.
Oh, man. We love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, your turn. Man. I've like just been thinking about everything we've done in the past couple of years.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about my belly flop real quick?
Oh,
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I was actually going to
Listen,
bring it up. I was going to
upset
bring
that
it up.
That was not any of yours favorite. And it better have been Chad's. He just didn't make it there yet. So I'm,
Was Kaylee or Natalie's flop better?
Natalie's
Natalie's
done.
obviously.
Team Orange.
I think
Obviously.
I came vertical and just like flat down.
I think I have a
And
video
mind
of it.
you,
I think
what
I
I
have a video
landed
of it.
in was not water.
Yeah.
It was like
sand.
goose poop and sand.
That water did stink.
And my shirt
Yeah.
It was
grew
bad.
4 times the size it was originally.
I was very proud
So
of
anyway.
both of you for putting
Well,
yourself out there like
I
that.
really thought when Kaylee was like, when they said that we had to belly flop to see who won, like, I was hoping that she would be like, oh, no, like, we'll rock, paper, scissors. And she's like, let's go. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, shout out Kaylee Terry.
Thank you, Kaylee Terry. But as like the youth pastor's wife, I'm like, I can't back down from a challenge, which, mind you, I have yet to do.
Mhm.
I have a scar to
right.
prove it.
Yep.
If anyone was at the last
Oh, yes.
Connect 24,
Yeah.
anyway, that's a whole nother story for a different time. But my belly flop should be your. You were very proud of me.
I was very proud, yes. And I can honestly think of moments and all the things we've done from the events to Wednesday nights that I've loved. But probably, honestly, oh gosh, I don't want to cry.
Is it my
Cry.
minutes? Is it
Cry.
my minutes to win a game?
Cry.
I know.
It's definitely minutes when the
I
games.
know.
Honestly, my favorite moment to this point was probably yesterday.
Oh.
It doesn't feel like a big deal probably to a lot of people, but yesterday was the start of something new. I hope not only for Realove Youth, but I hope that it starts to spread. And we just had a youth dream team meeting, and
They need some tissues.
Yeah, no,
We need
just-
some
And
tissues.
Everybody's
it probably
cool.
didn't even mean a lot to all the youth in the room in that moment, but what I seen was the start of the foundation of something that is going to be more than any of us could ever have dreamed of.
Yeah.
And that was putting youth in leadership positions and giving them room to make decisions and give their ideas and inputs and to be able to lead a ministry. And like it's something that I've been working towards for like the past 2 years, and we're just now finally getting started.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 6 months after I put it out there for people to sign up and be a part. It's been a long time coming, but I'm excited to see what happens from that. So like just yesterday Max was in here being very distracting because I
gotta
wanted
love
to
Max.
get
I
a
love
little
Max.
more sentimental in the room yesterday, like good with that kid. But truly,
So
like
cute.
Yeah.
Hit me in the head. And so did you.
that was very accidental. But no, like probably for me yesterday, because I believe so many more special moments, and we're gonna see even more lives come to Jesus because of what took place yesterday.
Yeah.
And I hope that all of the youth in that room yesterday on the Dream Team can fully understand like what's going to happen from that and what we're going to build upon from there. So probably like we've done a lot of cool stuff, but probably for me, like getting to come together with the youth yesterday was probably the most special for me.
It was really cool being in there, and it's honestly like, as whatever as it may sound, but it was like an honor almost to be in the room because like I haven't been here for long, but we've never had something like that. And for us, like being the people to start that, and everybody else in the room, us being the people to start that, I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, you get to set the foundation of what that's going to look like.
Mhm.
And I'm really excited to see you guys lead, because I know that you have that like spirit in you to lead in all the areas that you guys love. And I like think about you guys being seniors. I'm like, they can like come back, right?
Don't remind me.
Like you.
Yeah, so she wasn't at the meeting yesterday where
wasn't
we
at the
did talk
meeting.
about that part of it.
Yeah.
She bailed on us yesterday.
Hannah's never allowed to leave. So Kaysen's never.
I probably won't go
mean,
far.
Alyssa, you're gonna just do greater things.
You will.
Like you just will.
Greater things here. So
Here
I'm
too.
gonna go
Here
ahead
would
and say
be
that
too,
right now.
but like
Your will be done.
God's and Chad's
Yeah.
is for you to stay.
no, I think like I'm super excited. I did miss the meeting yesterday, but like I've already just been like waiting for you guys to take over, just because you have it in you. Like all of you do, not just the 3 sitting here, but the rest of the dream team. They like, there's 2 sitting over here that like they're younger, but they're gonna come up and they're going to just build off of what you're already building.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to just sit back and watch it.
And I think it's really cool, like, especially for the younger people. I'm so glad where I am right now, but it's so cool for them to be where I am now at the age that they are.
Yeah, for sure.
And so
for
it's only going to grow from there.
Yeah.
Like, Kayla, bro, you are so inspiring for me, like, coming from a senior to...
We've got an audience in the room. She's talking to somebody over there.
Over
so
here.
just letting you know.
But, like, he's so bold for Christ, and it's so encouraging to see, like, more people who feel the same way as me, but even taking it a step further and sharing it with other people.
Right.
Yeah, which is hard to do. I mean, at that age.
Yeah, I don't think I had a boldness like that, especially in middle school. And just to see Corbin and Caleb, there are 2 audience members for today, so shout out to them. But they're our youngest 2 on the dream team, and they're both in middle school. But the qualities and the traits and the gifts that God's given them that I see in them, that some of they might not see in themselves right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I've had conversations with Jonathan, I'm like, in some of these areas that we struggle with right now, even as big church, I'm like, man, like I see some of these guys like coming in and like they're so sharp already. And like I see areas where you guys are going to fit in and start to be a part now. It's just super exciting. And that they get to collab with the high school and with us as adults. But I do want to say just one more thing before we start to close a little bit. And that's just like, I've been absolutely everywhere these past 2 years. This coming May, I'll be in full-time ministry for 2 years now. And that has been an absolute roller coaster for our whole youth group, for the adult dream team, for the youth dream team. I've said things that I didn't mean. I've said some things that I did mean, but I didn't communicate it well. Like I've been absolutely everywhere. I've preached sermons that were awful, and I've preached some that were, I hope, okay. But seriously, I've just been everywhere. But I just want to say thank you to all of you that have hung with me. In the biggest part, like I'm always going to be growing, and I hope we're all always growing. But like these first couple years, I've been learning more than ever, and failed a lot more than I hope to fail in the future. Like I know we're always going to fail, but I hope those are minimized as the more we go along. But just that I love all of you, from the adults and the youth, and just our whole youth group that have hung with me, to the good and the bad ideas that I've had. And but I'm just excited to see where we're going to go from here, and all that God is going to do through our youth group and our church. So I did want to just say that to all of us, and my wife for sure. She's, when I've been in the highs and the lows, she's experienced another side of me in those moments. And I probably a not good side, a side that's hard to live with and deal with at times.
Oh gosh.
So I do love you as well, and I thank you for sticking through it with me. So, but what I want to do in closing today, do you guys have anything else you want to share before we?
Ooh, hold up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we each should say like one of our favorite Bible verses.
Okay.
I think that's what we should do.
Okay.
I feel like you should start, Chad. We'll go.
I should
yes, you should start.
Well,
you should start. Yeah.
I don't have a favorite Bible verse, and I'm probably just gonna do your pastor.
Wow.
One of my favorites, and this is gonna sound super cheesy, but it's out of John, and it's the shortest verse to ever walk the earth, to ever be in the Bible.
That is a good one.
And like, that's gonna sound like super cop-out answer because I'm saying Jesus wept. But like what that means to me, and I hope that means for everybody that ever walks this earth, is like the most influential person to ever walk on this earth at all. The one that died for our sins, the one that gives us a hope and that gives us a chance at new life. Like that man showed emotion, that man cried, that man wept for us. And like if that doesn't give us a testament of how we should live our lives and the way that we should feel about other people, then I don't know what does. And so for me, like That one means more to me than probably a lot of them do. But like, there's just something to that. Like, the most powerful man to ever live, he cried.
Right.
Yeah.
He cried for people and his heart for people, and I think that's how we should live our lives. So like that's one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. One thing I will say something about that. So like as soon as you started saying that, I recently just read Hebrews, and something that immediately came to my mind was Hebrews 2:18. Since he himself has gone through suffering and testing, he is able to help us when we are being tested.
Wow.
That's
So
good.
that, like, I feel like that just
Yeah.
goes perfectly with
Yeah.
that. And I have stuff in my notebook that
Yeah.
probably,
Because if you don't have yours memorized, you can definitely look it up right now too. So
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's my favorite, but like when,
Yeah.
as soon as you said
Yeah, for
that,
sure.
like, it's the truth. He
Right.
sympathizes with us,
Yeah.
and he, like, it doesn't matter how stupid we think it is. He doesn't think that. He
Right.
wants us to come to him with our problems, and he, like, if you're having a bad day and you're just like, man, today was a bad day, I just don't even know what to say. That's all he wants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think he said it best too. And it's like I've heard pastors say before, and I think Pastor Craig Rochelle on his podcast said one time, people would rather follow somebody who's always real rather than always right.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to claim to know everything, but I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to care for you. I'm going to show emotion. And I'm just going to be real as much as I can be, and all my flaws and all the good and the bad. Like, I just want to be real with you and care about you.
Yeah, that's
Like,
good.
that's what he said. That's what he's saying, and I think it's so good.
All right, you're up, Natalie.
My turn?
Yeah, you're up.
Well, this is a new favorite one. It's like one of my top 5. And I'm actually writing a message about it
Ooh.
for our
Yay.
well, right now it's for the girls breakout session.
Right,
Sorry,
ain't no way.
Jason. I'm sorry.
Ain't no way.
That will sadly
But-
not
Not fair.
happen until April.
Sadly, it's not. It's okay because I'm
Because
still
of
writing
Easter.
it. It's
Yeah.
still going. Like it came like it was a whole 12:30 at night kind of thing, and so like, but it's Jeremiah 18, the potter and the clay. It says, the Lord gave another message to Jeremiah. He said, go down to the potter's shop and I will speak to you there. So I did as he told me and found the potter working at his wheel. I'm going to try not to cry. But the jar he was making did not turn out as he had hoped. So he crushed it into a lump of clay again and started over. Then the Lord gave me this message. O Israel, can I not do to you as the potter has done to his clay? As the clay is in the potter's hands, so are you in my hands. And like, I'm going to leave it there just because like God is really revealing so much to me in that scripture that I can't wait to share with everyone. And so I'm just like leaning on that right now, that like God can fix what is broken, and he can pour his living water into your life and rebuild you up the way he had designed you to be. And so like that's where my heart's at. That's like right now where I'm like living, because like I feel like as girls in this world we live in, that's just like where we're at, like where we're feeling. And so be praying for me.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
So mine, it's been with me probably since children's church.
Wow.
And I've just had signs, especially recently, that it's like just for me. Like an FCA, one of our leaders said it. On a TV show, one of the person said it, and it's Proverbs chapter 3, 5, and 6. Me and Alyssa's even talked about it. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he'll make your path straight.
Wow.
And I think that's just stuck with me, like especially what I'm going through right now. Just, it's good.
It's so good.
It's so black and white.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's just, there's no explanation
Gosh.
needed.
Yeah.
And it's direct.
It's so powerful. Okay.
Man, so good.
Mine, man, there's so many favorites. I can't choose. If you could see, there's too many things highlighted in here. But this is just something that I need to like work on. But it's Proverbs 10:19, and it says, "Too much talk leads to sin. Be sensible and keep your mouth shut."
Ooh.
Amen.
Ooh.
That's
like,
tough.
and it's not something that it's like, oh man, but it's something that we all need to hear. And if I'm being real, I struggle with gossiping, and I've been getting better at it.
Yeah.
I've been getting better, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just need to hear that. Like, control your tongue.
Yeah, that's good.
The power within that. Yeah.
So I actually have two, because I can't choose. I can't choose. And the first one is Ephesians 5:8, and it's, for once you were in darkness, but now you're in the light of the Lord. Live as children of light. And I feel like that just says, like, it doesn't matter what background you come from.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you start, where you are in your walk.
Yeah.
Just try to pursue God in everything that you do, because, like, at the end of the day, he's the end goal. Like, he's the end goal.
Wow.
So
that's good.
Yeah. And then my second one.
What is your second
Actually, I made a poster. Made a poster board. And it's actually a pretty cool one.
You want me to get it?
Yeah, you can just go ahead and grab it.
Okay.
Go ahead and grab it. It's Prom chapter 20, verse 24. And God said Alyssa will go to prom with Casey. So, is that
I've
a yes
never heard of that
or a
book.
no?
I think she needs the mic to confirm.
Yes.
He made that himself, actually,
He
too.
did. I didn't know I helped him.
No, I was like, why? Why did he make a poster board for my part?
That's so good.
Aw.
So good. That's so good.
So,
Yeah, you can have it. It's yours.
Let's just
Set it right here.
put that
Set
right
it
there.
up front.
Another fun fact for you.
Oh, no.
Kason asked you what your favorite snacks were, because for the podcast,
Yeah.
I wasn't getting everybody snacks. He bought those
Yeah, no.
snacks.
Yeah.
As Corbin is eating them.
Yeah, no, literally, as Corbin, you kind of stole your Cheez-Its. Yeah.
Corb.
Yeah.
It's okay,
Save
Corby.
me some, please.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
I text Chad. I told Chad, I was like,
shocked. I know.
I'm talking to Chad, so I was like, I texted him and I was like, it was late at night after I'd already asked you. I was like, I think Chad's gonna get snacks for the podcast. I was like, so what's your favorite snacks? Acting like I'd already asked everybody that. Yeah. You were the only
He
person
didn't
I
ask
asked.
us what we like.
You were
Don't
the only
worry.
person. And then I texted Chad and I was like, Chad, I may or may not have told a white lie. Not gonna lie.
Give me lemonade.
Yeah, no.
Rude.
Well, you didn't say get lemonade, so I didn't.
He
No.
pumped my gas. It's fine.
I did pump the gas.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
yeah.
We were walking down the stairs and he had this poster and he was like, "What is going to happen?" I'm like, "It's a surprise."
So congratulations.
Yay.
Yeah.
Prom's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be lit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. He did that all by himself. He even
Yeah.
came up with the idea.
Yeah.
I didn't help.
He did.
So all I have to say is that Walmart does not have numbered stickers. Okay.
Yeah.
It took me I had to go to the hardware section and grab
Dang.
numbered stickers for
For a
mailboxes.
mailbox.
And I had to
Oh,
cut them
you
out
put work
because they had a
in.
background.
You put work
Solid.
in.
Yeah.
Solid.
So
Wow.
We
So
were
good.
actually looking up some
yeah.
like funny Christian pickup lines.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite was
I know this one, Chad.
on the walls of Jericho. It was like, you had to march around the walls of Jericho for 7 days for it to fall. How many times I had to walk around you for you to fall for me?
Oh my
He tried to.
word.
I was going
he
for
tried
that
to
one.
convince me to do that one.
There's
I
a
was like,
reason
yeah,
they
no, I'm
didn't
good.
ask me for help.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
That's
great.
embarrassing.
Oh gosh.
He did not use that pickup line on me, I promise.
I did not.
He just mowed my yard for free.
Aw.
I did. And then her beautiful son at the time, now my son as well,
Mm-hmm.
wanted to ride with me, and
Yeah.
as soon as he sit on there with me, she's just
I'm
done
like, well,
for.
sign me up.
Sign me up.
He wanted
Sign
to
me
mow
up.
with me on the lawnmower.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
And then now they won't let me mow, and I'm like, I want
There's
to
a reason.
mow.
There's a reason.
I love my straight lines.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But anyway, anything else
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Speechless
Surprise.
now.
She's speechless. She has
so
nothing
good.
else to say.
Yeah.
Glad we saved that for the end.
You know, Chad,
Yes.
so Chad,
Yes.
when you said hot takes was the first thing to go,
I know.
I was like, bro, I'm not doing it at the beginning. There's no way. Because the plan was we were originally going to do it during hot takes. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to wait till the end.
Well,
So,
and I forgot that plan, and then he stayed the night somewhere last night, and I'm like, oh boy, I need to talk to Kason because
It's all good. We just went with the
so
flow.
yeah, that it
We went with
worked.
the flow.
It worked
worked.
perfectly.
So, I'm trying to collect myself right
Chad
now.
was wiping his tears too because he was over here crying while you know.
You were crying?
For what?
He had tears running down his face.
What are you talking about? I just
when you started?
That's funny.
Why?
I just love these youth a lot. They're my children. So
For real, though.
anyway,
This is
I'm
great.
happy.
Hannah like lives in our
I'm
house
happy
also.
with all of
I
their
do
happy
live with
moments
them
in
too,
life. So anyway, one thing that I want to do in closing today is we want to start doing these. Right now we're going to do these on a monthly basis, but we want to leave time for some Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, they can be fun questions. They can just be questions for one of us, or they can be more pertaining to the scripture, maybe something that you're struggling with right now and you want advice on it. We want to do our best to give you the biblical perspective of those things. So if you have any questions, I'm going to create a spot that you can click on a link right here on the screen that you can submit those questions to. So we would love to hear from you, and we're going to set aside about 10 or 15 minutes at the end of each podcast just to answer your questions. So please send those in, and we are so excited to get this started.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
This is gonna be fun. That's all I have to say. The podcast
I'm
series, I feel like this
excited.
is gonna be amazing.
I'm excited.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we love you guys, and we cannot wait to see you for episode number 2. Love y'all.
all right. Bye.
There's an awkward pause right there. Hopefully we can clip that out.
Yeah, we'll just cut that out.